Porcelain Shadows and Shattered Dreams. The dark clouds had gathered heavily over the enchanter's manor. On that dreary November day, the cold winds rustled the withered leaves of the trees, and the creaking of the old wooden doors echoed through the shadowy entrance as young Catherine stepped into the foyer. Her footsteps made a melancholic echo on the ancient rugs. The manor seemed to tremble with a restless silence, burdened by the weight of years of sorrow. In the initial days, as Catherine wandered through the grand halls of the manor, she heard the whispers of melancholy that seemed to emanate from the rooms. The shadows of the porcelain dolls seemed to etch eerie figures on the walls. The winds within the manor seemed to struggle with forgotten memories and lost dreams. A fine layer of dust on the furniture testified to the aging touch of time. Catherine's grandfather never spoke to her about the mysterious tales surrounding the manor, yet, as time passed, Catherine began to feel the darkness of the manor's past enveloping her. As night fell, strange sounds began to emerge from the walls. Catherine felt as though the porcelain doll's eyes were following her every move. The pale light from their faded faces transformed the rooms into a haunting, ghostly gallery. One night, Catherine discovered the broken pieces of a porcelain doll in a forgotten room of the manor. The doll's eyes glowed with an eerie light. Catherine attempted to mend the doll, but no matter how hard she tried, the smile on the doll's face never fully returned. The broken fragments of the doll seemed to resemble the remnants of her own hopes and dreams, a reminder of the sorrowful memories embedded in the manor's past. The whispers that emanated from the walls continued to feed Catherine's fears. Each night, as the shadows roamed the corridors of the manor, they seemed to narrate the painful memories of bygone eras. Catherine realized that the sorrowful tales of the manor's past were slowly enveloping her spirit. The old walls of the manor had transformed into echoes of her shattered dreams and the shadows of her own broken self. One day, Catherine's grandfather vanished without a trace. Catherine searched the manor from top to bottom, but found no sign of him. The suffocating silence within the manor began to overwhelm her. As Catherine wandered through the manor's dark corridors, she found herself following the shadows of the lost porcelain dolls. These shadows seemed to represent the lost hopes and forgotten emotions of the manor's past. Eventually, Catherine found a door ajar in the furthest corner of the manor, in the oldest room of the manor. She found her grandfather sitting quietly next to a shattered porcelain doll. His eyes were filled with years of accumulated regret and forgotten memories. When Catherine saw the sorrowful expression on her grandfather's face, her heart ached. Her grandfather turned to her and said, "You can't escape the curse of this house by staying here." Catherine was overwhelmed by the fear and sorrow that had accumulated within her. The whispers emanating from the manor's walls echoed within the dark room and filled Catherine's ears. The old walls of the manor seemed to forever trap her and her grandfather's shattered dreams and shadows. If you dislike this video and don't subscribe to the channel, all the dolls in your house will come to life. Don't forget that you always have our eyes watching you at night. Subscribe to the channel now and like the video, and don't forget to share it.